A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Dr. Urvashi and Dr. Vinita feel privileged to welcome you all on behalf of Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Management Studies to the International Conference 2014 on Coping with Uncertainty. Today, we all have gathered here to understand the omnipresent phenomena of uncertainty in the current business environment and to discuss the probable mechanisms for meeting its challenges. It is a wonderful initiative by Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Management Studies to bring together a distinguished panel of speakers, including academicians from renowned business schools, universities, management thinkers, policymakers, and researchers from all around the globe to share their views on the different facets of uncertainty.
नमस्कार, मैं डॉक्टर विनीता गुप्ता आप सभी का इस हॉल में स्वागत करती हूँ और कोई भी काम की शुरुआत माँ भगवती, माँ सरस्वती की प्रार्थना के बिना कभी पूरा नहीं होता। तो आइए हम सब अपने मेहमानों के साथ विद आवर गेस्ट हम लोग माँ सरस्वती के सामने एक दीप जलाकर आज के कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत करेंगे। डायरेक्टर सर से मेरा निवेदन है कि लैंप लाइटिंग के लिए लेट्स मूव फॉर लैंप लाइटिंग। जब तक हमारे मन के अंधेरे दूर नहीं होते, हमारे मन में ज्ञान का उजाला नहीं होता, तब तक हमारे कोई काम पूरे नहीं होते। तमसो मां ज्योतिर्गमया असतो मां सद्गमया। तमसो मां ज्योतिर्गमया, अंधकार से प्रकाश की ओर हमारी यात्रा अब शुरू होती है। हम सब मन से ध्यान से मां सरस्वती के प्रार्थना करते हैं।
May I have a round of applause, big round of applause from the audience. Thank you. Now I request Director Mains Dr. C.S. Sharma to present a bouquet to His Excellency Ernest Ravamcho, High Commissioner of the Republic of Rwanda. We welcome you, sir. Now I request Shri Mohan Garg ji to present a bouquet to Honorable Joseph Kabakeze from Rwanda High Commission. May I now request Dr. C.S. Sharma, Director Mains, to welcome our keynote speaker, Professor Anand Prakash, by presenting him a bouquet. We welcome you, sir. May I now request Dr. M.K. Bhatt to please present a bouquet to our guest of honor, Mr. J.M.A. David. Thank you, sir. I now request Professor Vijay Khurana to please present a bouquet to our guest of honor, Mr. Alan Smith. Now I request Director MAIMS Dr. C.S. Sharma to present a bouquet to the chief guest for today, Shri Ajay Sahai. We welcome you, sir. Thank you, sir. May I call upon Dr. C.S. Sharma, Director MAIMS, who is a continuous source of enriching all of us, to welcome the gathering and make the conference open. Sir, please.
Professor Anand Prakash, His Excellency Mr. Ernest, Mr. Ellen Smith, Mr. Ajay Sahai, Mr. Joseph, Mr. David, colleagues, students, and delegates. Good morning to all of you. Today, Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Management Studies is starting the deliberations on an important topic that has been affecting us all in economic sense, in political sense, as well as at individual socio-psychological level. That is uncertainty. How to cope with uncertainty in different arenas of life, how to cope with uncertainty in the success of business, how to cope with uncertainty in the political area, how to cope with uncertainty in our personal lives. These are some of the issues on which we are going to deliberate over the next 2 days. I welcome you all on behalf of Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Management Studies, as well as Maharaja Agrasen Technical Education Society, which runs this institution. To my guests, I would like to inform that Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Management Studies is run by Maharaja Agrasen Technical Education Society. And the greatest thing about these two institutions is that the institutions are in private sector. But unlike the regular image that we have of the private sector, that it runs for profits, it is not correct for this institution. It is run on truly philanthropic lines. The focus here of this institution is not to create profit, but to provide service in terms of education to the society at lowest possible cost. The deficits are not met with, if deficits are there, they are not met with by reducing the expenditure. Instead, the donations come from the trustees. So in that sense, the institution is run along the same lines as the Ivy League universities of the United States and some of the best institutions of Europe. And that is why in a short span of about 15 years' time, this institution has been able to make a place for itself. I welcome Mr. Ajay Sahai, the chief guest. He has spared his valuable time. He was suffering from pain in his shoulders, but in spite of that, he made it convenient to come here. Thank you very much, sir. Professor Anand Prakash, who is a professor of psychology, a well-known psychologist in this country at University of Delhi. He also shoulders the responsibility of Dean International Relations. And it has been really very difficult for him to have spared his time, but he was kind enough to have agreed to come here and conduct the workshop, not only be a keynote speaker in this session, but also to conduct the workshop. And I'm sure the delegates are going to benefit greatly with whatever he delivers in the workshop that will start after the inaugural session. I also welcome Mr. J.M.A. David, General Manager, Oriental Bank of Commerce. Thank you very much, Mr. David, to have come here. Oriental Bank of Commerce is one of the important sponsors of this event, and I have been told that in the previous years also, Oriental Bank of Commerce has liberally supported the events, intellectual events carried out by our institution. I also thank His Excellency Mr. Ernest Ramsio, who gave his constant consent despite many busy engagements, many important engagements he has for the day. And it was very nice of Mr. Joseph to have coordinated with His Excellency and between His Excellency and us yesterday evening and finalized his engagement over here. Thank you very much, Mr. Ernest, to have come here despite your very busy schedule. I also thank another academic among us, Mr. Alan W. Smith, who is a British citizen, has been in India for the last 1 year's time and is leaving India tomorrow. He is very busy, but in spite of that, he has come here. Actually, when the organization was going on, at every moment in the organization process, we were coming across lots of uncertainties. Will His Excellency be here or not? Will Professor Anand Prakash reach on time here or not? Will Mr. David be able to come here in spite of his departure tomorrow? And so on. And there was an uncertainty about Mr. Ajay Sahai also because he was not feeling well. And just yesterday he was in Mumbai. So we were actually organizing a conference on uncertainty, and at every step we were facing the uncertainty, but somehow there have been forces at work which have helped us overcome the uncertainties. What are these dimensions of uncertainty? A very important dimension of uncertainty about us Indians is observed by the people coming from other countries. Mr. David, when he was talking to me in my room before coming here, he told me, he was actually bored, his expression was bordering exasperation. He said, when I talk to Indians here, a lot of things are talked about, a lot of plans are unfolded, but more often than not, things come to a naught. And then we had some discussion on why Indians are different from the Westerners. Happiness index among Indians is quite high. It is higher than the happiness index in many countries which are materially much more ahead of us. Professor Anand Prakash, who is a psychologist as well as a social psychologist and who has great command over understanding of cultures, I would request him that he would be able to tell Mr. Alan and us all why Indians are perceived as different in terms of not being able to fulfill their promises, not being able to follow the rules and regulations on the road. Why we have so much of absence of definitiveness in our approach. Why our answers are most of the time maybe and not in terms of clear yes and no. That is at behavioral level in India, the people coming from other cultures feel that everything is so nebulous and uncertain. That is one. And of course, there are uncertainties which are there because of the global economic environment, because of the lack of growth that we have been experiencing in the last few years' time. So these are some of the issues which I hope will be deliberated upon, and we shall be able to arrive at some conclusions to guide us, guide the policymakers, guide the politicians, so that better policies could be prepared, better environment could be prepared, better curriculum could be prepared so that we can prepare our students for a better future. With these words, I once again thank you all, and I welcome you all to this and look forward to a fruitful discussion of all different dimensions that will unfold themselves. Thank you very much.